Have you ever looked at the list of things that you need to do and you just get overwhelmed? It just seems like you have so much to do and it demotivates you to the extent that you don't even do anything at all. Because I have. I used to have so much to do on my to-do list, not just in a day, but when I look at how much I need to do over a period of time, it just overwhelmed me. And I thought, how do people really achieve their goals? How do people really get things done? Well, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to achieve your goals faster. And I'm not sharing this point from someone who has ultimately cracked the code, but I'm sharing these points as someone who has moved from that place of overwhelm to a place now where I can set my goals and I achieve them. So let's get into it. Number one tip to achieving your goals faster is to get people. I get it. I know as creatives or as entrepreneurs, we have come so far. We have learned so much. I take myself, for example. I learned so much on my journey of entrepreneurship because I've been an entrepreneur now for over a decade. And over this over this period of time, I've learned to do so many things by myself because at a point in time, I couldn't really afford to get people. Well, I thought I couldn't afford to get people, and I'll get to that in a minute. So I picked up so many skills, which was relevant to me at the time and still is, right? I was at the point in my life where I just had to learn certain things because I couldn't afford to outsource those things. So I picked up so many skills, and sometimes that could have a downside because when you know how to do so many things so well, it's hard to entrust people to do those things. And it's something that I had to learn on my entrepreneurial journey. It's something I had to learn very late, actually, in my journey. I had to learn these things quite recently, that if you really want to achieve your goals faster, you cannot afford to do everything by yourself. Number one, you burn out. Number two, you're not going to be as efficient because when you have your plate full, when you have so many things to do, it just tugs on your brain. It just pulls you in all directions. You think, I have emails to send. You think, oh, I have videos to shoot. I have scripts to write, right? So there's so many things. And if you have the mentality or you have the mindset of, I don't want to employ someone, or sometimes it's even I cannot afford to employ someone. And I actually learned this from Courtney Sanders. She's a wonderful coach. She's a business coach. I follow her work a lot on YouTube. She's super, super talented. And she said something. She said she attended a mastermind and she was told to employ, I think, was it an executive assistant, someone like that. And she thought, well, my business is currently not at that stage where I think I can hire someone. I can hire that caliber of person at this point in time. My business is not there yet. And she was told in that mastermind that that's the exact reason why you need to hire someone, because then that person is going to facilitate the growth of your business so you get to that point even faster. And I know it's so counterintuitive. It doesn't make sense. If I'm trying to save money, or I'm trying to cut costs, why am I employing more hands? It doesn't make sense. It's very, very counterintuitive. But I tell you this, getting hands will transform your life. You will get to your goals faster. When I learned this, I immediately employed more hands. I got a virtual assistant that saved me so much time. It saved me so much time that I could focus my time into the things that actually move the needle in my favor, because I could focus my time on the things that, number one, I liked, number two, the things I was efficient at. And because I could focus my time on the things I was good at and the things that I actually liked, I could come up with more creative ways to increase my income so that I can even pay the people that I want to pay or the people that I want to employ, right? So that's how it works. The truth is, not getting people and thinking you can do everything yourself is preventing you from actually achieving your goals. I've had a goal for a long time to be consistent on YouTube. Even though I know how to edit videos, I know how to shoot videos, I just do not like it. And because I don't like it, because I don't enjoy it, I dread doing it. And because I dread doing it, I put off on doing it. I procrastinate on doing it. And I've procrastinated on doing it for such a long time until I decided, why not get someone to do this for me? I can employ someone to do this for me, take the burden off of me. I can script my videos. I come up with my, I do my research, come up with my videos. I can do that. But the part where I really do not enjoy doing, how about I get someone? And since I got someone, I've been consistent. So I've achieved my goal in that aspect. I've achieved my goal in the aspect of sending more emails, reaching out to more people to work with, because I hired a virtual assistant. So do you see how that works? So not getting more people because you think you're saving yourself money, you're actually losing time. And I've said this time and time again, time is inherently more valuable than money. You can make more money, but you can never make more time. And you find that when you free up your time, you can actually have the time to think of creative ways to make more money. So number one way to achieving your goals faster is to get people. The second way to achieve your goals faster is to focus on input rather than output. And I got this technique from a book I read early this year. It's called The 12-Week Year by Brian Moran and Michael Lennington. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But it's called The 12-Week Year. And the 12-week year is this idea of goal setting where you take 12 weeks as a whole year. Because when we think of a year, we think we have time. So it draws your goals closer to you by shrinking the idea of 1 year. So the book uses this idea that you have just 12 weeks in a year. So if I have 12 weeks to achieve a goal, what would I do? What do I need to cut off? How do I achieve this goal in just 12 weeks? And the truth is, most times, the goals you can achieve in a year, you can actually achieve them in a shorter period of time if you have the right tools, but you don't know this. And one of the things the book talks about is focusing on input rather than output. But what does it mean in practical sense to focus on input rather than output? I take myself, for example. I started taking my YouTube channel really seriously again. Not that I ever even took it seriously before, but I decided to take it seriously. And the input is the work I need to do on the channel. That's the input. Output is the result that work brings. And sometimes the truth is, you do not have control over the output. The mistake people make in goal setting and why they don't achieve their goals fast enough is because they focus on the output. So you tell yourself something like, I want to get 1,000 subscribers in 3 months. I want to get to 10K subscribers by the end of the year. I want to get monetized by X amount of time. And the truth is, when you focus on the output, if you are not getting that output in the said amount of time that you set for that output, you get discouraged and you quit. But if you focus on input and don't really focus on output, don't get me wrong, the output sometimes is a good feedback, right? You put out a video, you put out videos, and you look at the output sometimes. You look at which is doing well. Okay, maybe I should do more of this. That's feedback. That makes sense. But focusing on an output that you have no control over, like getting X amount of subscribers in said amount of time, you don't have control over that. What you have control is the work that you put in. So that's your input. So I decided that I was going to put out 2 videos every week and not really care about the output, not really care about what happens, how many likes, how many views the video gets. While views and likes are important, but sometimes people miss the whole point. You miss the experience you're gaining on the journey. Because if you don't start doing the videos, I guess many of these videos would suck when I look back at them, maybe in a few months' time, maybe in 1 year time, maybe in 2 years' time. When I look back, I'll think, oh, these videos, they're cringe. Why was I talking like that? Why was I acting like that? But the truth is, I needed to suck at it before I become good at it. So if you focus on the input rather than focusing on the output, it's a way to get to your goals faster because you don't get discouraged when the desired output is not forthcoming. You just focus on putting the input because after all, you're not even focused on any outcome, right? You just focus on putting in the work, putting in the input. That sounds like tautology now that I think of it, putting in the input. But you get my point. input over output. That is one way to reach your goals really fast. The third way to get to your goals faster is to do the work. What do I mean by do the work? Do the work that moves the needle in your favor. Have you ever noticed how a lot of people are busy but don't really achieve much? It's much ado without nothing. People don't really do the work that moves the needle in your favor. For example, maybe you're a salesperson, or maybe you're a coach, or maybe you have a business and you know you need to get more leads. Instead of getting on the phone, making more phone calls, you focus on things that don't really count. You focus on things that don't really move the needle in your favor. You could focus on, say, the aesthetics of the business. You could focus on, say, getting fancy complimentary cards, or just doing things that you know do not really move the needle in your favor. So one way to get to your goals faster is to cut out those things that don't move the needle in your favor and do the actual work. And I get it, the actual work sometimes is painful, is boring, is monotonous, but it's a pain that you have to endure. It's a pain that you have to get through if you really want to get to your goals fast enough. So you have to do the work. And the work takes time. I get it. And I hate that. But it's necessary. That time is necessary because that time is what builds character. So do the work no matter how boring, no matter how difficult, no matter how excruciatingly painful it may seem. Do the work that moves the needle in your favor. And this ties into the first point that I made when I talked about getting people. Get the right people so that you can actually focus on the work. You can actually do the work that moves the needle in your favor. And if right now you think it's ultimately impossible to get someone, then think, what is the immediate thing that I have to do right now that will move the needle in my favor so that I can get even one person on my team? Do that work. Do it consistently till you are able to move to the next stage. I hope you found these 3 tips helpful to help you achieve your goals faster. If you liked this video, please do not forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and please turn on the notification bell because that way you get notified whenever I upload a new video. I hope to see you again next time. Bye for now. Stay fabulous.